This dude is a phenomenon. He is the most powerful human on earth and in our lifetime. And we're still saying, well, how was this guy? We look like idiots to ordinary people.
You're totally right.
That's former Obama advisor, current NBC contributor, and man who makes money crying on camera, Van Jones, reluctantly admitting the unpopularity and stupidity of establishment media hacks like him. Welcome to Nerk News, I'm Nerkish, and it looks like that after years of dismissing every Trump victory as dumb luck, pretend journalists are starting to realize that maybe, just maybe, Trump might actually know more than they do about politics and the needs of regular Americans. Here's Van Jones admitting defeat and unironically calling Trump smart.
How the hell did Donald Trump figure out the mainstream media is the fringe and the fringe is now the mainstream? How the hell did Donald Trump figure out? I mean, Joe Rogan is obvious, right? Like, we knew the guy had a big audience. It's not like we were like stunned, but like, how the hell was he, the 78-year-old guy who doesn't even have a computer and still like writes handwritten notes? How did he become the guy who cracked the code on, to your point, running a cultural, I don't even want to say campaign, running
it was a movement.
Look, heading a cultural movement versus a campaign.
Every one of your people knows Elon. Listen. So everybody keeps, the problem is you have a framework in your mind that how can Donald Trump? Guys, can we cut it out? Donald Trump is not an idiot. Donald Trump, let me just be very clear. Donald Trump is smarter than me, you, and all critics. You know why we know? Because he has the White House, the Senate, the House.
Totally agree.
Court, the popular vote. He has a massive media ecosystem bigger than the mainstream built around him and for him, and a religious fervor in a political movement around him. And his best buddy is the richest person in the history of the world. And the most relevant Kennedy is with him.
You know, we might finally be seeing some post-election introspection from the left for a change. I mean, after all, we just saw Katie Couric and Jessica Tarloff admitting that they underestimated the GOP on immigration and calling them smart for shipping illegals to blue states. And now hacks like Van Jones are reluctantly giving Trump his dues. Not to overstate this, but it really is a bit impressive here, because it not only seems to be acknowledging the correct moves on the part of their opponents, but the missteps and hubris of the left and establishment media as well.
The last thing I just want to say is that, there's a reckoning inside the Democratic Party. Kamala Harris promised us freedom. Well, she delivered it to us because now we're free from having to run anything in Washington, D.C. That's not what we were signing up for. It's what we got. And I hope the party takes a chance to look at the fact that we pushed all our rebels out of this party. We had a rebellion in our party in 2016. It was called Bernie Sanders. You had a rebellion in your party in 2016. It was called Donald Trump. Your rebel won, our rebel lost. And then since then, the rebels in our party have been pushed out. RFK was a rebel inside of our party. He wanted to run against Joe Biden fair and square. The DNC wouldn't let him, pushed him out. You can walk down the list. Don't forget, Elon Musk was a Andrew Yang Democrat 4 years ago. He's out. You can walk down the list. Joe Rogan was very favorable toward Michelle Obama. He was a Bernie guy. He's out. So there's something that's happened in this party where the rebels in this party no longer feel like they have a place. And we've got to be able to talk about that stuff honestly.
In the spirit of giving credit where credit is due, Jones is absolutely correct here. However, it's a little funny that he chose to ignore why the left's rebel didn't gain more traction while running for president. And I imagine it's because he'd be forced to acknowledge that the party he's been carrying water for royally screwed over Bernie Sanders and their own base. Just like they did with Biden and Harris after that. Because regardless of how you feel about him, in 2016, Sanders was the left's version of an authentic candidate with some character flaws just like Trump. However, while the right respected our system of government and trusted their base enough to allow Trump to become their nominee, the left, who speaks non-stop about protecting democracy, chose to give everyone a middle finger, and it's that attitude that contributed to all of these disaffected liberals abandoning them. But let me know what you think. Will more establishment media hacks see the light like Van Jones and Jessica Tarloff? Or will they keep their heads buried in the sand and remain ignorant? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye!